What's up, guys? It's your boy Effie with Any Action Sportscast, here to go over how we did at UFC Vegas 66. It was a fun card, a lot of exciting fights, some underdogs cashing through. Overall, our picks went 10-3, but our bets, bro, went 2-4 for negative 5.8 units. It was a terrible, terrible, terrible night of bets for us. We ended up losing $203 on Saturday. Just terrible. It sucks because our picks went 10-3. We could have had gone 11-2, but I ended up switching my McKenna pick to Velismus, and that didn't work out too well, but didn't have money on that fight. So yeah, man, really good card. Main event, pretty close. The judging was a little bit all over the place on that one, but close fight, definitely. But let's go over our bets, man. Our first bet was on the first fight of the night, Sergey Morozov versus Journey Newsom to start round 3. Fight starts round 3 at minus 175. We put 0.55 units on this to win 0.31. And that was a bit of a sweat, but we cashed, man. Sergey's a beast and just ultimately the better fighter in that fight. And luckily, he didn't put him away there. And the fight lasts 10 minutes and we cashed. We had money on the second fight of the card as well, just right away, back-to-back bets to start the card. We bet a lot of non-violent plays this week and it bit us, but this one didn't. We had Manel Kape versus Dvorak. Fight starts round 3, minus 165, and we laid a half unit on this to win 0.3 units. Now, Manel Kape obviously, can finish the fight at any moment, but it was Dvorak's durability to not tap to that Kimura that cashed us this ticket, man. Oh my God, it was, I don't know how he didn't tap. One of those chokes, submission attempts where your arm hurts after you're like, oh geez, I don't know what science is behind that, but oh my goodness. Manel Kape, super good performance, super impressive, and he was doing the dribbling between the legs out there like Sean O'Malley, just finally starting to look like the guy we expected him to be coming over from overseas. So right away, 2 bets, 2 hitters, and that ended up being the only bets we won because we ended up losing every single bet the rest of the card. So yeah, dude, we had a parlay. Sergey Morozov to win, parlayed with Jake Matthews to win at minus 110 for 1.25 units on that. And obviously Sergey Morozov gets that win in that first fight, but then Jake Matthews almost gets knocked out 3 different times, gets dropped every single round. And I swear, man, it felt like if he didn't get dropped in those late moments of round 2 and round 3, he probably could have won those rounds. It was very frustrating and very unexpected, to say the least. Congrats to Semmelsberger there, dude. Great performance, and he was just able to find that one big moment toward the end of the round there in every single round. Terrible, terrible loss. Definitely didn't look like a minus 275 favorite, and just overall a bad bet by me. So right away, boom, lose 1.25 units like that to put us in the negative. And then we had our biggest bet of the night, Drew Dober versus Bobby Green. Fight starts round 3 at minus 225 for 2.25 units. Now, like I said, a non-violent bet. I was pretty much depending on both guys' durability here, and sure enough, Bobby Green comes out and is lighting up Drew Dober. Just couldn't miss in the first round. Just absolutely could not miss on Drew Dober, to the point where I was like, oh man, this is turning into just a no defense, all out brawl now. This is not looking good for our bet. But at the same time, I felt kind of safe because it was actually Bobby Green putting it on Drew Dober at the time, and so I didn't think that he was going to be able to put him out. And then sure enough, round 2, happens, and Bobby's just fighting with his hands low. He's chirping, pretty much fighting like how we expected him to fight, low IQ out there, and gets pressed along the cage where he can't escape, and Drew Dober cracks him, man. Absolutely sleeps him, folds him, his head bounces, all this and that. His corner screaming in stoppage. It wasn't, man. Drew was going to pound him out right there after that. His head just snapped back looking at the roof. Couldn't believe it, man. Dude hasn't been knocked out in however long. I just get slept in the second round. Immediately lose 2.25 units. Brutal, brutal, brutal loss to watch. Yeah, wish I could have enjoyed the excitement with everyone else. Bet on Drew Dober, but no. Lost 2.25 units right away. $90 right down the drain. And yeah, man, just a bad bet. Probably too big of a line there. I know a lot of people would like the over and fight goes to the decision. But minus 225, man, that one sucked. That was a tough bet to watch for sure. Which brings us to our next big bet. Our 2 biggest bets lost this week, guys, was Julian Juicy J. Erosa Fight starts round 3 at -200 for 2 units. Now it's so funny, man. It's just one of those things where it's our first year. It's my first year making content and talking fights and this and that. But I'm almost positive. I have to go back and look, but I'm almost positive my reasoning for picking Erosa was I didn't think that Caceres had any sort of finishing ability or finishing threat here. I think the words I used were he doesn't have to worry about a finishing, like a finish coming, I guess you could say, from Caceres here. Sure enough, left straight to head kick, doesn't see it coming, hands low by his chest, just sleeps him, absolutely drops him bad. Erosa gets knocked out, Caceres gets a knockout, first UFC knockout win of his career, and I'm just stunned. I'm sitting there just guaranteed a loss on the night. Big time loss, could have been a way smaller loss at that point. And yeah, man, that was a 3-unit swing, lose 2 units, and just brutal. Happy for Caceres, so that was a sick knockout. Like, congrats, bro. Like, that was legit. But man, brutal for us to watch, definitely. Which also ends up eliminating a parlay. We had a small sprinkle, a 0.2 unit bet on Nurmagomedov to win via decision and Erosa to win via decision. I thought both guys were going to be able to go to the cards. And yeah, dude, Nurmagomedov gets that sick submission in the fight where he's getting dominated. And then Erosa, yeah, got knocked out, and just we lose both legs on that. And this is so much red on our bets, man. We're just terrible way to go out on the year. We'll make like an end of the year video where we talk about the best of this and that, the worst of this and that. It's gonna be fun. I want to make it up and do it up here in the next couple of days. But I really wanted to talk about Arman Tsarukyan versus Damir Ismagulov. Now, we didn't bet this fight. -190 on Arman was probably a steal, and we're probably not going to get a line like that in his near future at all, unless they gave him a super high, jumping competition here. But the kid's the truth. The kid's the absolute truth. I know he lost to Gamrot, but dude, you could argue he got robbed in that fight. The fact that they didn't really take into account that spinning back fist knockout really burned him. And it's another thing, 3-round Arman is a beast, bro. Like, 3-round Tsarukyan is a straight up problem. 5 rounds he can get extended and might not have the cardio or volume there to win those last championship rounds, but in that first 3 rounds, dude, he's a legit problem, bro. The way I guess you could say how easy the takedowns came for Arman against Ismagulov, I just did not expect that at all. I thought he was going to win the fight. And the fact that he made it look the way he did, I have a really hard time thinking that anyone's going to agree to fight Arman Tsarukyan anytime soon. I mean, guys were already ducking him as it is. And to see that, man, the kid is, projecting to be a really good UFC career here. But I will say, I would like to see a little bit more ground and pound from him, and maybe a little more like submission threats on the ground, because it just seems like he can get you there and just control you, like straight up, just get you there, and he's stuck on you, and you're not going to get him off. It was actually insane to see. He went for a takedown and he got kind of tripped up. He ended up on bottom against Ismagulov in that first round, and he reversed him from full mount. Ismagulov has him in full mount, right? He's in top mount, and dude, he gets swept reversed. I don't know how. Arman just kind of bucks him off, like, just get off me, like a man strength type move or something. But I don't know what it was. Dude, the kid's super impressive. I wanted to make sure I set a couple minutes on this video to talk about him. Like I said, man, I think it's gonna be a tough time finding him an opponent here, because everybody's gonna be turning him down. I predict, hot take, that we end up getting Rafael Fiziev versus Arman Tsarukyan, because no one else is gonna fight Fiziev either. I have a feeling that Gaethje's gonna duck Fiziev. Poirier obviously not gonna get that fight. Chandler's gonna fight Conor. Like, Fiziev is going to match up with Arman, because everyone's going to deny Arman. No one in the top 15, top 10 is going to fight this kid, especially if you're ranked ahead of him. So, yeah, man, just one of those guys in the new wave at 155, and they're here to stay, man. These new guys are going to clean up the division here with these old heads out pretty soon. So, yeah, that's it, man. How to make a video. Lost 5 units on the night, UFC Vegas 66. We can't just make videos when we sleep, we got to make videos when we lose as well. Got to own the losses and, and be honest, I guess you could say. So, yeah, man, gonna make a end of the year compilation video here in the next couple of days. Thanks so much for the support, man. Dude, we shout out to the new subscribers. We gained quite a bit this last week. We're almost at 145, man. We're approaching 150. Soon gonna hit 200, and it's gonna be dope, man, for sure. So definitely super excited to talk about fights in this next coming year. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you think about our bets and how Arman Tsarukyan is gonna play out in the future.